Oh, it's a beautiful day. It's a little breezy, but the sun is shining and the birds are eating. I have a new book called Houndsley and Cantina, written by James Howe. Chapter 1, The Writer. Cantina wanted to be a writer. Every evening after dinner, she would make herself a cup of ginger tea and sit. She would sit down to write another chapter in her book. So far, she'd written 73 chapters. The book was called Life Through the Eyes of a Cat. My book will win prizes, Cantina told her best friend Houndsley one day when he asked her how the writing was going. I did not ask if your book was going to win prizes, Houndsley said in his soft as a rose petal voice. I asked how the writing was going. I will be famous, Cantina went on, as if she had not heard him. Houndsley sighed. May I read your book, he asked. Of course, said Cantina. I have only one chapter left to write. The next evening, Cantina invited Houndsley to her house. Here's my book, she said proudly. She gave him all 74 chapters, a cup of ginger tea, and a plate of cookies. I will need more cookies, said Houndsley. Cantina did not take her eyes off Houndsley while he read. He wished the phone would ring so she would have to go to another room. Here is some of what Houndsley read. On the subject of mice, enough cannot be said, but who am I to say? I have known many mice in my life. They are all right. For rodents, well, I'm bored writing about mice. Who cares anyway? Oh dear, Houndsley thought. Cantina is a terrible writer. What am I going to say to her? I'm at a loss for words, Houndsley told Cantina when he had finished reading the book. I'm speechless. Cantina beamed. My writing has left you speechless, she exclaimed. Now I know I will be a famous writer. Oh, thank you, Houndsley. You're welcome, Houndsley said, but he was thinking, oh dear, poor Cantina. Chapter 2, Cooking Contest. Every Saturday night, Houndsley cooked dinner for his best friend Cantina and his next-door neighbor Bert. This was not always easy. Even though she was a cat, Cantina did not eat meat. And what Bert liked best were seeds, grains, and worms. But Houndsley did not mind. He enjoyed cooking, and he was good at it. One Saturday night, Bert said, everything you make is delicious, Houndsley. I've never had worms with poppy seeds and broccoli before. Worms? Cantina yelped. You know I'm a vegetarian. They're not real worms, Houndsley assured his friend. They only look like worms. They're made of tofu. Cantina laughed. You're a wonder, she said. Yes, said Bert. You should enter the cooking contest. Cooking contest? Oh, I don't know about that, Houndsley said, his voice growing softer with each word. But you are a great cook, Cantina cried. You could be famous. Do you think so? Houndsley asked. I know so, said Cantina. When you have a talent as big as yours, you must share it with the world. Really? First prize is a set of pots and pans, said Bert. I could use a new set of pots and pans, said Houndsley. Although he already had so many, he was not sure where he would put them. All right, I'll do it. On the day of the cooking contest, Houndsley arrived with everything he needed. "I'm going to make my 3-bean chili," Houndsley told Katina and Bert, who had come to cheer him on. "Your 3-bean chili is delicious," Katina told him. "You'll win." Houndsley blushed. He thought he might win too, but he did not dare to say so. "I did not know so many others would be here," Houndsley said. "Look, Houndsley," said Bert, "we're going to be on television." "Oh dear," Houndsley thought, "everyone will be watching me." Houndsley had made his 3-bean chili many times before, but today everything went wrong. He dropped a can of tomatoes on his foot. He did not cook the rice long enough, and he forgot to put in the beans, all 3 kinds. When the judges came to taste his chili, they made faces. "I think I broke a tooth on the rice," one of them said. "I don't taste the beans," said another. "Maybe you should call this no-bean chili," said a third, and all the judges laughed. Houndsley had never been so embarrassed in his life. "I will never cook again," he told Katina and Bert. "Not even for us," Bert said. "Maybe for you," said Houndsley, "but please do not ask for 3-bean chili." Chapter 3, Fireflies. One night, Houndsley and Katina were sitting outside watching fireflies. This was one of their favorite things to do together. They sat quietly for a long time. At last, Houndsley said, "I did not need a new set of pots and pans. I only wanted to win that contest to show everyone I was the best cook." "You are the best cook," Katina said. "I do not need to be the best," said Houndsley in his softest rose petal voice. "I just enjoy cooking. Trying to be the best made me nervous, and I did not have fun. If you do not have fun doing something you like to do, what's the point?" Katina thought about this. "I do not have fun writing," she said, as they began to walk. "My mind wanders and I get bored." A firefly blinked at her. "I want to be a famous writer," she went on, "but I do not like to write." "Perhaps you will be famous at something else," said Houndsley. "Yes," Katina said. "First, I will find something I like to do. Then I will do it and do it and do it until I'm very good at it. And then I might be famous." "I know something you're good at already," said Houndsley, "although you will never be famous for it." "What?" "Being my friend." Katina began to purr. "Being your friend is better than being famous," she said. Houndsley and Katina came to their favorite spot. They sat for a long time. They did not talk about winning prizes or being famous. They did not talk about anything. They smelled the sweet summer air and listened to crickets. They watched the fireflies dance and blink and light up the night in front of them. Everyone has talents, and watching fireflies was one of theirs. That is the end. Watching fireflies is one of my favorite things too. Hope you enjoyed that book. Love you.